We are absolutely back with another Roll for Video Game, a series where I let dice decide how I spend my free time. Let's go. First things first, we roll for system. 5, Nintendo Switch. Next, we roll for genre. 3, adventure. And now we roll for score. 3, C-tiered game. And finally, we roll for video game. 4, this week we played Windbound. Okay, this game caught me by surprise. This is the prime example of why you cannot judge a video game based on its reviews. I think IGN gave this game a 5 out of 10, which is crazy to me. I had a lot of fun playing the game, and I definitely think it deserves a higher score. So Windbound is a survival adventure game, and it has roguelike elements. And it was developed by a small Australian team called 5 Live Studio. So you play as Kara, and she finds herself shipwrecked in a mysterious island. You have nothing on you, no food, no resources, and no tools, and you have to try and survive a series of 5 different archipelagos and uncover the truth of the game. The game uses a mix of survival and sailing mechanics. The survival part of the game is simple, but it's effective. You start with no resources, right? You have just a knife, so you start cutting grass, you get rocks, you get some sticks, and then you can craft your first backpack, your first hammer, your first spear, and eventually your first boat. You use your boat to navigate through these archipelagos and find 3 hidden magical seashells. When you activate all 3 of them, you are allowed to go to the next archipelago or the next chapter of the game. To find the islands containing these seashells, you have to become an expert navigator. The game nails the sailing mechanic, which is where you spend a lot of your time in. The waters are treacherous and the winds are ever changing, so you need to make sure that you can raise, lower, tighten and loosen your mast and direct your boat to the best of your ability to maximize your speed and get to the next island. Exploring these islands is where the game really shines. You can find some really cool and interesting resources to craft even better and cooler things as you progress through the game. Not to mention, this game is absolutely gorgeous, so it's just such a joy to run around or sail around and explore every single corner of these archipelagos. And the score of this game is absolutely amazing. I loved playing this game with my headphones and just listening to the music and sail around and have just a cozy old time. But eventually, the game stops being cozy and starts throwing a lot of threatening things at you. As you progress through your run, you start finding these islands that are covered in a dark fog. And this is an indication that there are a lot of enemies in this island, and they're usually protecting some sort of unique or interesting resource. But the biggest threat to this game is Kara's stomach. Yes, there is a hunger meter in this game, and it depletes a little bit too quickly for my taste. And I think that's my biggest negative with this game. If you didn't have a hunger meter, then you can just focus on exploring, crafting, sailing, and combat, which would be so much more fun than fighting Kara's stomach all the time. And eventually, when your stamina runs out or your health runs out, then you lose all of your progress that you've made so far, except a few items, and you start over from the beginning, chapter 1, your first archipelago. And that's the high stakes of the roguelike mechanics that the game implements. I don't play a lot of survival adventure games like this one, so I really enjoyed my time with this game. With that being said, I give Windbound my Buena Games rating of 7.6 out of 10. This game also goes on sale constantly, and I was actually able to grab it for $2.99. So for that price, it is totally worth it, and I hope you check it out. Thank you for watching another episode. Gracias y adios.